aspirants, welcome back to our YouTube channel Food Tech Online. Hope you all doing well. Today we'll be covering another set of the MCQs. This is set number 6. This is related to food science and technology from the ICAR examination point of view for the PG students. So let's begin. Before we move on to our questions, let me quickly tell you about our ebook, which is related to ICR-PG Food Science and Technology. It covers all the important features such as the food chemistry and nutrition, food microbiology, food products technology, and food engineering. The link is given in the description box along with the contact number. Please go through it. Question number 1. Which of the following is a function of a food additive? Options are option A to control the acidity or alkalinity, option B to maintain the nutritive value, option C to maintain the product consistency, and option D all of the above. Correct answer is option D all of the above. Food additives is a broader category and there are various products which comes under this category. For example, there are buffer solutions which help to control the acidity or alkalinity. So that is an food additive. Then to maintain the nutritive value, for example, during processing, the vitamins or minerals are lost. Or to fortify some products, for example, milk or rice, we add some vital minerals or vitamins. So that helps to maintain the nutritive value. Then to maintain the product consistency, we add the food additive. It can be a stabilizer, it can be an emulsifier, or it can be a thickener. For example, cellulose or gums or cornstarch. These help to maintain the product consistency. So all of these comes under the food additive functions. Question number 2. Which of the following is used as flour treatment agent? Options are option A ascorbic acid, option B cysteine, option C potassium bromate, option D all of the above. And the correct answer is all of the above. Now what are flour treatment agents? Flour treatment agent, it can be any chemical or a substance that is added to improve or enhance the flour or the dough quality. It improves its texture and color and gives good baking quality. These accelerates the aging and maturation of flour, promoting better appearance of the flour products in the fermentation process. The common example of these flour treatment agents are calcium oxide, chlorine, polysorbates, fatty acid esters of the glycol, ammonium chloride, amylases, ascorbic acid, glucose oxidase, etc. So let's start with the ascorbic acid. Now it is commonly known as vitamin C. It is added during the bread making to strengthen the dough. It gives good volume and crumb structure and bread softness. Second is the cysteine, commonly known as L-cysteine hydrochloride. Its number is E920. It is used to weaken the dough structure to help minimize the structural damage while molding and shaping. It is specifically used when you are preparing dough for the biscuits. The third one is the potassium bromate. It was used as an oxidizer to strengthen the dough, enhance the elasticity, and bake the dough uniformly. But now it is banned due to potential genotoxic carcinogen. So the alternatives for this flour treatment agent could be the ammonium persulfate and enzymes like amylases. Question number 3. Which property of hydrogen peroxide makes it an effective preservative? Options are option A oxidative, option B reductive, option C ability to chelate metals, and option D ability to decrease water activity. Correct answer is option A oxidative. Hydrogen peroxide is a strong oxidizing agent, and in the presence of peroxidases like enzyme, it will get converted into highly reactive oxygen species and it can break down various compounds. In case of microorganism, it will interfere in the structure and function of the cell membrane by oxidizing the cellular compounds like protein and nucleic acid, and that will cause death of the microorganism, and thus it will increase the shelf life of the food and it will have a preservative effect. It also inactivates enzymes like lipoxygenases, which is an enzyme that catalyzes oxidation of fatty acid and gives rancidity and off flavors to a fat-rich foods. So overall, the hydrogen peroxide can preserve the color of odors, and it can also increase the shelf life of the food. It is used in products such as cheese, starch, and milk. Question number 5. BHA, BHT, TBHQ are all examples of. Options are option A, curing agents, option B, antioxidants, option C, emulsifiers, option D, all of the above. And the correct answer is option B, antioxidants. Antioxidants are the compounds that scavenge and neutralize the free radicals, and they also inhibit the oxidation. Examples are vitamin C, vitamin E, and carotenoids. BHA is butylated hydroxyanisole, BHT is butylated hydroxytoluene, and TBHQ is tert-butyl hydroquinone. Now, curing agents are the substances which are added specially to the meat products to extend its shelf life, to enhance the color and the flavor. It can be the salts of sodium, potassium, or can be nitrate or nitrite. The mode of action includes, if the salts are added, then it will have a dehydrating effect through osmosis, and if it is added for the color and flavor enhancement, then it will oxidize and bind to the iron which is present in the myoglobin, which is the pigment in the meat, and it will enhance the color, forming the nitrogen oxide. The emulsifiers are the food additives that help in products containing immiscible food ingredients like the oil and water to combine together. Examples are the hydrocolloids like the pectin and chitosan or the gums, which make the oil and water or water and oil mixed together. And if they combine together well, then a product will be formed. For example, in mayonnaise, the emulsifiers are added. Question number 6. Dash is used to maintain a uniform dispersion of one liquid into another, such as oil and water. Options are option A, curing agent, option B, emulsifier, option C, antioxidant, option D, stabilizer. Correct answer is option B, emulsifier. These are the substances which help to combine two immiscible liquids. For example, in mayonnaise, egg is added. Egg contains lecithin as an emulsifier, which keeps the oil and water emulsion together. Antioxidants are substances that scavenge and neutralize the free radicals. They also inhibit oxidation. Curing agents, these are added to enhance the color and the flavor or to preserve the food products. These are specially used in meat preservation or the meat enhancement. The stabilizer is a substance which is added to increase the stability and thickness so that the food remains in an emulsion or retain its original physical characteristics. Question number 7. Which is the first used synthetic sweetening agent? Options are option A, sorbitol, option B, aspartame, option C, saccharin, option D, none. Correct answer is option C, saccharin. Saccharin was first discovered in 1879 and it is 200 to 700 times sweeter than the sucrose. It is widely used. The other artificial sweetening agents such as the sorbitol, it is 600 times sweet and is naturally occurring. And aspartame was discovered in 1965, which is 200 times sweeter than the normal sucrose. Question number 8. Sugar acts as dash in food. Options are option A humectant, option B plasticizer, option C sweetener, option D all of the above. And the correct answer is option C sweetener. Sugar is also called as sucrose, which is made up of two monomer units, glucose and fructose. Sweeteners are the substances that give sweetness to a food product, and the sucrose or the sugar also gives the bonding effect or the bulkiness to the food product. It also gives uh, sweetness as well as it gives humidity, or it incorporates moisture to the food product. The other sweeteners, which can be also called as artificial sweeteners, these are sucralose and S-sulfame K, etc. And the natural sweetener is the stevia. Humectant are the substances that help food from drying out. Example is the sorbitol. Plasticizer is a material which is used in the plastics which are used for the food wrapping purposes. These are the additives used to increase the plasticity or elasticity and to decrease the viscosity of the plastics which are used. Question number 9. Which of the following is or are emulsifier? Options are option A lecithin, option B CMC, that is carboxymethyl cellulose, option C is gums, option D is all of the options. Correct answer is option D, all of the options. Lecithin is naturally occurring emulsifier that can be found from the egg yolks, soybeans, sunflower and canola, etc. It acts as an emulsifier as well as antioxidant. Now, gums are polysaccharides and hydrocolloids that act as emulsifier. These can be examples of these can be guar gum, locust bean gum, xanthan gum. CMC, which is a carboxymethyl cellulose, it is obtained by reacting cellulose with acetic acid. It is also an hydrocolloid and used in ice cream, chewing gums, and protein drinks. Question number 10. Which of the following is or are antioxidant? Options are option A polyphosphate, option B sorbic acid, option C ascorbic acid, option D none. Correct answer is option C ascorbic acid. The ascorbic acid is a pure antioxidant. It is also known as vitamin C, whereas the polyphosphate are the water treatment agents and sorbic acid is a preservative. Question number 11. MSG is dash. Options are option A synthetic flavor, option B flavor enhancer, option C emulsifier, option D antioxidant. And the correct answer is option B flavor enhancer. MSG is also called as monosodium glutamate. It enhances the flavor when added to canned foods, restaurant foods, etc. And it gives an umami taste. Other flavor enhancers include garlic, rosemary, or the other herbs or spices like pepper, turmeric, and cumin. The emulsifier is an agent which causes two immiscible liquids to combine, and antioxidants are the agent that scavenge and neutralize free radicals and they inhibit the oxidation. Question number 12. Which of the following inhibits yeast and mold growth but is less effective against bacteria? Options are option A sorbic acid, option B stearic acid, option C butyric acid, option D acetic acid. Correct answer is option A sorbic acid. Sorbic acid inhibits certain enzymes within the cells of the microbes and it creates a proton flux that inhibits the microbial growth. It is very effective against yeast and mold, but not against bacteria, as lactic acid bacteria are resistant to it. Sorbic acid is less effective at a pH above 7. Now, stearic acid has antibacterial activity. Butyric also has antimicrobial activity, but at very low levels. And acetic acid has low levels of antimicrobial or and antifungal activity. Question number 13. The highest level of the test material that produce no adverse effect are called. Options are option A, generally regarded as safe, that is GRAS. Option B, NOEL, that is the no observed adverse effect level. Option C is ADI, that is acceptable daily intake. Option D is none. So here our correct answer is NOEL, that is no observed adverse effect level. This is nothing but a dosage at which no effects are observed. These values are based on the epidemiological data and controlled animal experiment. These are designed to determine the highest dosage that will not cause any adverse effect. This type is specially used in toxicology and pharmacology in case of the drug development. So herein the animal which is the test animal which is used could be a mice or a rat, and the drug is given in quantities that can animal tolerate. This term is also called as NEC, that is no effect concentration, and NOEC, no observed effect concentration. These dosages are very difficult to determine and define accurately. So a lot of experimentation is needed to determine the safety level of the substance before given to a human being. The second is the GRES, that is generally regarded as safe. It is a term given by US FDA, that is US Food and Drug Administration. It designates that a substance added to a food is considered safe by experts under the conditions of intended use. The generally regarded as safe, this term can be used or self-affirmed by the manufacturer, but he has to perform all the necessary tests and define its product GRAS status. The next is the ADI. It is acceptable daily intake. It is the amount of substance in food or drinking water that can be consumed daily over a lifetime without preventing an appreciable health risk. It is given as a range of milligrams per kg of the body weight, and to derive the ADI we can use the formula, that is NOEL, that is the no observed adverse effect level divided by a safety factor. Usually we take 100 as a safety factor to ensure large margin of food safety. Question number 14. Agents that help to maintain alkaline change during food processing are called. Options are option A, anti-foaming agent, option B, anti-caking agent, option C, sequestrants, option D, buffering agents. And the correct answer is option D, buffering agents. Buffering agents are used to stabilize the pH, that is the hydrogen ion concentration of a solution, and thus they improve the flavor and increase the stability of food. These are normally the salts of weak acid and weak bases. Examples are the carbohydrates, bicarbonates, and hydrogen phosphates. The sequestrants are the agents that prevent the adverse effect of the metal catalyzing the oxidative breakdown of the food forming chelates. The metals could be the iron, copper, and nickel, and these sequestrants inhibit the decolorization and the off taste and the rancidity which can be caused by these metal ions. Example is calcium chloride, sodium or potassium gluconate, calcium acetate, etc. These are commonly used in canned fruits and vegetable and salad dressing. Third is the anti-caking agent. These are added to the powdered or granulated materials such as table salt, confectionaries to prevent the lump formation or the agglomerates, and for easing the packaging, transport, and flowability and consumption. These function either by absorbing the excess moisture or by coating the particles, making it water repellent. Example is sodium aluminosilicate, calcium silicate, and sodium ferrocyanide. The anti-foaming agents are also called as defoaming agents. These reduce the foaming which is caused by the protein or the gases that interfere with the processing. The foaming can cause spilling of the material from the processing utensils. So these are normally used in bakery, confectionery, dairy, alcoholic beverages, syrups, and molasses. These can be suppressed with little quantity. The foaming can be suppressed by a little quantity of the anti-foaming agents added. The quantity can be around 10 ppm. Examples are the polysorbates, then salts of the fatty acids. The salts can be of sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Uh, Propylene glycol is also an anti-foaming agent. Question number 15. Emulsifier which is naturally present in soybean is, options are option A, alginate, option B, lecithin, option C, isoflavone, option D, none. And here the correct option is option B, lecithin. Now lecithin is a natural emulsifier which is found in foods like egg yolks and soybeans. It is a polyphospholipid, it is a phospholipid and can act as a lubricant, antioxidant as well as emulsifier. It is normally present in soybeans. It is extracted from the soybeans in a large amount. Now, isoflavones are the polyphenols found in legumes, including the chickpeas, fava beans, and soybeans. They exhibit ability to bind to estrogen receptors and described as subclass of flavonoids as phytoestrogens. The last is the alginate. It is a polysaccharide found in brown algae. When hydrated, it forms viscous gum, and with metals such as sodium and calcium salts of alginic acid, these can be used as thickening agents in soup, ice cream, and other beverages. Question number 16. What is the main function of antioxidant in food? Options are option A to improve the taste of the food, option B to increase the shelf life of the food, option C to prevent oxidation of the food, option D to reduce the fat content of the food. And the correct option is option C to prevent the oxidation of the food. So antioxidants are the substances that scavenge the free radicals, and it can scavenge also, and it can neutralize also the free radicals, and they inhibit the oxidation. The examples of the antioxidant can be vitamin C or the ascorbic acid, vitamin E, and the carotenoids. The substances which improve the taste of the food can be the taste enhancers like the MSG. The substances which increase the shelf life of the food are called as preservatives. Question number 17. Which food additive is used as a sweetener in products such as soft drinks and candy? Options are option A aspartame, option B sucralose, option C saccharin, option D all of the above. Correct answer is option C saccharin. Question number 18. What is the main function of the colorings in the food? Options are option A to improve the taste, option B to increase the shelf life, option C to enhance the appearance, option D to reduce the fat content. Correct answer is option C to enhance the appearance of the food. Now, the food coloring or the color additive can be a dye or a pigment or a substance that imparts the color when it is added to food or a drink. They can be in the form of liquids, powder gels, or the paste, and they can be used in pharmaceuticals as well as cosmetics. There are three categories. First is the natural colors such as the anthocyanins or cochineal, or there can be synthetic colors, which is another category, for example, which are prepared in the laboratories like the tartrazine yellow. And there are one more, which is the nature identical colors, which are obtained from the natural source but synthesized in the labs. To improve the taste of the food, there are certain chemicals like the monosodium glutamate which can be used, and to increase the shelf life of the food, we use preservatives. Question number 19. Bleaching of wheat flour is generally done by using options are option A benzoyl peroxide, option B chlorine dioxide, option C chlorine gas, option D none. And the correct answer is option A benzoyl peroxide. Benzoyl peroxide is an additive which is used in bleaching the wheat flour. It oxidizes the naturally occurring carotenoids in the flour, which normally gives a yellowish tint to the untreated flour. The other options such as the chlorine dioxide, it is a gas which is used to sanitize the fruits and vegetable. Chlorine gas is used to disinfect the vicinity, that is the area where the food is being prepared, and the equipments. So here our correct option is benzoyl peroxide, which acts as a bleaching agent in wheat flour. Question number 20. What is the main function of preservatives in food? Options are option A to improve the taste of the food, option B to increase the shelf life of the food, option C to enhance the color of the food, option D to reduce the fat content of the food. Correct answer is option B to increase the shelf life of the food. The preservatives can be classified into two classes, that is class 1 preservative, which are normally the salt, sugar, and the oils or the vinegar. And class 2 preservatives are mostly the chemical compounds which are obtained from the natural sources, but these can be used in very little quantity, that is in parts per million or ppm. So the main function of the preservatives is to increase the shelf life of the food. The others, such as to improve the taste of the food, there are different compounds such as the monosodium glutamate, which can improve the taste of the food. The to enhance the color of the food, the term is used as colorants. These are the agents which gives vibrant color to the food, making it appealing. Question number 21. Certain chemicals like dash have been found to increase the sensitivity of the microbes to radiation. Options are option A nitrate, option B nitrite, option C potassium, option D ascorbate. And the correct answer is option D ascorbate. Question number 22. Dash additive is used to retain the texture of canned fruits and vegetables. Options are option A improver, option B stabilizer, option C firming agent, option D none. Here the correct answer is option C firming agent. The firming agents are the additives that react with the residual pectin from the fruits and vegetables to form a precipitate and strengthen the food structure, especially while canning or other types of processing. Examples are calcium chloride, calcium carbonate and magnesium chloride. The second one can be the stabilizer, which is an agent added to the food product to increase its stability and thickness by helping the food remain in an emulsion or retain its physical characteristics. The improver, now improver can be specifically used in bread making because they give a variety of effects, such as they improve the inner texture of the finished bread, then they improve the mechanical operability of the dough, they strengthen the gluten, they deepen the surface color of the bread, and they can help in increasing the volume. So these are normally called as bread improvers, and they are specifically used for bleaching the color or whiten the color of the bread as flour treatment agents, etc. Question number 23. The food additive used as an oxidizing agent to whiten the color of the milk is. Options are option A ammonium sulfate, option B hydrogen peroxide, option C irradiation, option D A and B. Correct answer is option B hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is an antimicrobial agent and has an bleaching effect, and thus it strips off the color from the milk, which can be due to the presence of carotenoids in the grass. Ammonium sulfate is used in baking as it improves the fermentation capacity by providing nitrogen source to yeast. Irradiation is a technique of using ionizing radiations like X-rays and gamma rays to eliminate the insect or the microbes and thus preserve and extend the shelf life of the food. So here the correct answer is hydrogen peroxide, which act as a bleaching agent which strips off the color from the milk. Question number 24. Enzyme used in beverage clarification is. Options are option A pectinase, option B papain, option C catalase, option D lactase. And the correct answer is option A pectinase. It is a widely used enzyme, especially in the beverage industry. It breaks down the pectin into the monomer sugar unit called as galactouronic acid. It is used because it facilitates the liquefaction and clarification of the fruit juice extract. The other options, such as the papain, it is an enzyme which is helping in the tenderization of the meat protein. The catalase is used in dairy industry for neutralization of hydrogen peroxide before the cheese production. The last option is lactase. It is used to break down lactose sugar and produce the products which are free from lactose, and this is especially useful for the lactose intolerant people. So here our correct option is pectinase. Question number 25. Which acid is higher bacteriostatic? Options are option A acetic acid, option B tartric acid, option C citric acid, option D malic acid. And the correct answer is option A acidic acid. At a given pH, acetic acid will have a higher bacteriostatic effect because under comparable conditions of acids, this acid, that is the acidic acid, dissociates less than the other acids such as the lactic acid, citric acid, tartric or malic acid. So we have covered all the 25 questions, and I'll tell you about our application, which is the Food Tech Online. It covers all the major subjects such as food microbiology, food engineering, and other subjects. This is from the examination point of view, such as the GATE exam, the FSSI exam, and the state FAO exam. This is a very helpful app. It has got all this set of questions which will prepare you for the examinations. So the link is given in the description box. So please join the app, and this will definitely help you. Thank you for patiently listening. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also join us on the social media, and the link of which is given in the description box.